I'm Mike Sullivan. Okay, this week we're going to take a look at the golf swing of one of our viewers. Doug sent his swing in. He's having trouble getting off the tee. So in just a minute, we're going to take a look at his golf swing and see what he can do a little bit better. So there's a little footage from Pebble Beach at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. We took that footage a couple of years ago last time we were there. It is right now the Pebble Beach Pro-Am week, so that means it's winter. It's February. And next week, Lauren and I, we're going to be in New York City. I'm going to be there for a week. And my goal is to be in the Northeast in a cold climate and to come back a better golfer than I was when I went up there. So that means I'm going to have to find something to work on in my golf game in the city in the middle of winter. So I'm going to make a little video about that, and we're going to figure out a way that we can get a little bit better in the winter. So now here we go. We're going to move on to Doug. Doug has a question for us, and here we go. Let's take a look at his golf swing. Doug says that he enjoys watching our videos, and he needs help with his driver. All other clubs in his bag are fine until he gets to the driver. He gets really frustrated and messes with his other shots. I can certainly understand that, and so can all of you, I'm sure. Please let me know what I need to fix. He sent us a couple of videos, and he says that he drives the ball into the ground a couple of inches in front of the tee, and it has been his miss for years, especially when he's around the water. So let's take a look at Doug's golf swing here. Okay, so let's take another look at your swing here, Doug. I'm just going to jog this through, and again, this is the driver that's giving you trouble. And you know, Doug says he's driving the ball into the ground. So it looks like from this angle, see, it looks like you're actually striking the ball low on the club face, so it's like a top. And because the driver is making contact above the equator, the ball kind of dips down and drives into the ground. Okay, let's take a look at the other view. So this is our face-on view. Okay, getting through to impact here. You can see as we hit this shot, let's see if I can just tick through it. Look at that. So there's the club on top of the ball. So what's happening is, Doug, the club, your driver, is reaching the low end of its swing before you get to the ball. Okay? All right? So what's happening here is that club is coming down here, low point of the swing, and then it's coming up as it hits the ball. And the ball it's a top, right? So first off, it's really good to understand what's going on, what the problem is. So that's what's going on, is we've got to get the lowest point of your swing a little farther forward. Now, with the driver, it is true that we do want to ascend into the ball. It's just that you're catching your driver. You're hitting the ball probably really, really low on the club face here. So what's going to help you get better with this, Doug? It's that old P word. It's going to be practice. This is some foot spray, talcum powder. I'm going to spray it on my club face. I've got my ball teed up. This happens to be teed up a little bit high because I've got one of these driving range tees going on here, and I'm not going to adjust it. But let's go ahead and take a swing here, see what happens. Okay. So there's my strike, and you can see when I hit this shot, now my ball got airborne, I made contact. You know, it wasn't a great strike, but it's about the middle of the club face, a little teeny bit low on the club face. Now, one thing I can tell you in my own experience is that if I tee my ball a little bit high, it actually doesn't help me make contact higher on the club face. And that's because I don't hover my driver at setup. You'll see like Jack Nicklaus, a lot of guys, they kind of hover it up here. Those guys will tee it up a little bit higher. I typically like it a little bit lower. And when I am stuck with one of these driving range types of tees, I'm kind of all over on the club face. Okay? So what we do want to do though is we want to try to get your contact point here or higher. All right, there or higher. Now let's take a quick look at your swing again. And I'm going to bring in a comparison of a tour player on this. Okay, Doug, so here we are. We're going to have a comparison with you and with Charles Schwartzel, tour player. Okay, here's what I want you to take a look at. Watch Schwartzel as he hits this shot. So, of course, when he strikes that ball, he's going to be making contact more in the middle of the club face. But you can also notice how through impact, if you take a look at where his hands are, he's got some nice extension of the club head away from his body. And you can also notice that there's no breakdown here of his left wrist. Okay? We're going to take a look at what you're going to do. See through here? See right through impact, that right hand start to flip by the left. Okay? So there's a little bit of a scoop move going on when you're hitting your drive. So I'm going to see if I can replicate that a little bit, right? So if you come through and get a little scoopy, I just hit that shot. Look, I don't even know if it registered. I may have caught the bottom of the club, or that's from the tee down here from before. I'm not really sure. Okay? But so what's going on here, Doug, is when you're striking your shot, you're coming through and that club is just starting to kind of pass your hands through impact a lot of times, especially when you really want the ball to go in the air, right? Because intuitively we feel like, hey, if we can get behind the ball and lift it, we're going to get the ball airborne. But what happens is the club comes up too soon, you're going to make contact with the ball in a way where you're going to hit thin shots or even topped shots. So I want to show you a little drill you can do. So I want you to practice with that spray, that foot powder, but also you can use an impact bag to help you out with this. Okay, so here's what you can do. Go ahead and just put this bag out in front of you. You can buy these on Amazon for like 25, 30 bucks, right? I'm going to set up with the bag about where my ball position would be. And just swing nice and easy. I want to get the feel of making contact and striking that bag with my hands still leading that club head. Okay, Doug? So after you do that a few times, then go ahead, put a ball down. Right? Let's see if I can put some more spray on there. Oh man, that talcum powder. It smells pretty good. By the way, I've done this, I made the mistake. Don't buy the cheapo store brand talcum powder. Get some good stuff. Dr. Scholl's is good. That's Gold Bond. That works great. Okay? So we're looking to replicate. Boom. Weight forward, hands stay forward, just like we're hitting that bag. I'll hover it. Here we go. That felt a little toey. Yeah, caught it on the toe. I need to practice too, but you can see that would not have been a top shot. The shots you're hitting, you're making contact. You're hitting the ball down in there, Doug. Okay? So, here's what's going on. You got to hit the ball in the middle of the club face, not the bottom. The impact bag drill is a great way for you to get the feel of having those hands stay ahead a little bit longer so you don't flip the club head at the bottom. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time.